Okay, hello. Now, this is part two. This is 3 days later of using my potent um, scalp detox, homemade. All right. I explain again what it's made of. This has baking soda, peroxide, alcohol, vinegar, a tad of bleach, um, dishwashing liquid. Yeah, I know this sounds like a cleanser for the house, right? And I put dyed. I forgot how you name that stuff. Who was trying to call me during my interviews? That was like, see, that's what I'm saying. These spam calls. If you don't get your behind off my phone. So anyway, all right, and this is called Diamanterous Earth. I think I pronounced it right. But the main stuff is made for, like little bugs and shit that gets on your plants. But the food grade is for humans. You can give to horses, animals, whatever, and it's for parasites. So I put that in there so just in case, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I got parasites in my head, but you just never know what's going on with the bacteria that I'm trying to fight. Now, what made me make this is because, like I said, it was decoloration in my scalp, you know, and I noticed, like these edges, like right here. Okay, now I don't know if it's from the high blood pressure meds or whatever, but I kind of think it has something to do with the products and stuff that we're buying from some of these hair stores. You know what I'm saying? And that the braiding hair, the wigs, all that stuff gives you a little itch or whatever. You never know what the fuck is going on. There's probably some stuff going up under your scalp. But anyway, besides the false or could be for real accusement, let's move right along. I started this like 3 days ago. Okay, so what I did, I parted my hair and I used a clean toothbrush though that I cleaned and sanitized, and I just scraped my scalp. So I said, and oh yeah, I didn't put any product in my hair. All right, no leave-in conditioners, oils, conditioner, anything, absolutely nothing. All right, and just braided it up. All right, now I didn't braid it, I just twisted my hair and let it air dry. Right, so I'm gonna use it again today. After that, that's gonna be enough for this treatment. Then I'm gonna go with my rice water. So let's see what this hair looks like. Okay, all right. So that's old color, all right? And I done cut my hair 3 times already. But I said the longer this gray comes in, because I'm not putting no more color in my hair. I'm going with the gray. I can't wait till these ashes grow, because I want to braid my hair. But I'm going to watch that braiding hair first this time. So, but anyway, this is my area that I'm having the issues at right here. Okay? Now, this head was growing out a little bit, but I trimmed it twice. The first week I had trimmed it and it was growing back pretty nice, and then I trimmed it again. Make sure I got all those split ends, all right, and let it grow back. Now I done used my little treatment. Okay, I use my little treatment, and I can still, when I rub my scalp though, I still feel some type of buildup. And again, I didn't put anything in it. So I'm going to go ahead and do this procedure again. I should have had my towel with me. I'll be back. Okay. So, this is going to drip a little bit. But I think it's best. I use these little cotton things for my face, and that way you dispose of them. So I'm going to use one of these. What I'm going to do, I'm going to saturate it, okay, with the spray. So that way we don't have all that spray getting all over my face and stuff. So I'm going to go right in that part and just rub it. And just rub it. And Then I'm just going to part it off. Alright. And saturate the little cloth again. Alright. And rub it in there. So I want to go right for this. I don't think I need to do the whole scalp this time. I'm going to just do the front and the top. Alright. Where I'm having issues at. See, the hair is growing in nice right here. So I don't think I need it in that area. Just only in here. I'm going to just do that side now. Now, I did the whole scalp the first time 3 days ago. But I don't think I'm going to do the whole scalp again. This time. I'm just going to do the front. And, so if there's anything going on, now you see up there, it's still not looking so healthy. And I noticed, like, I watch a lot of these braiding videos, and a lot of the ladies who, especially who's up in age like myself, their scalp, they have alopecia, and poor things don't have but a little sprout of hair going around the sides. So, but the girls do know how to put a little lace front patch thingy up here and braid it right on in and blend it right in. They got a whole head full of braids. Gorgeous work. But, it raised my eyebrows on the fact that why so many black women, okay, with all this hair gone now. All this alopecias and no edges and stuff. And, like myself, I haven't put heat in my hair in over about 10 years, I guess. All right. And I definitely haven't had any perms in my hair in over 16 years. Okay. So I'm straight up, I'm 100% natural, but I have used products like oils and leave-in conditioners and stuff like that. So that's the thing we think we have to always do for our hair. Because some of us do, our hair do be a little tight there now. Them girls be real tight. But this is my natural hair right here, though. It hasn't been blow dried or nothing. So, I think it has something to do with, it could be the medicine too, the blood pressure meds, but I've still got, while I look at young women who don't have edges, then that explains that we using all that edge control and, all those, products and stuff, and then that hair and wigs and stuff, and half of that stuff we don't wash it first. I know I don't. I would wash the wig first, but I don't. Who feels like washing braiding hair? Think about it. You ready to pull that shit out of that bag and put that stuff up there? So, but I think we about to start doing it. I am myself, and I also have a steamer. The steamer is for your clothing. I think I'm gonna just steam the hair. Okay, so if there's anything on there living, it won't be. Okay, because that thing get hot. So again, let me just go ahead and work on this scalp. And now again, another thing, I said, the heading is saying that this is an experiment. Okay, now I ain't tell nobody to run out there and do this, and then the rest of your hair come out. But mine haven't came out. Nothing has no irritation or no what is it, scabbing or any of those any kind of bad results so far. So I'm, like I said, I'm being my own guinea pig, and then if this start working, then yeah, I want the girls to try it. Hopefully it might work. Okay, because see, we have bacteria gets underneath. Okay, we can't see that with our naked eye. Okay, even if we scratch it and look at our nails, you ain't gonna see shit, because it be stuff up underneath, and that probably is what blocking and messing up your hair. And we putting all those oils and moisturizers and stuff, all that. What happens when something get moist and just sitting there? It's gonna start molding, right? So let's just start with a good cleanse. cleansing the scalp thoroughly. Cleaning the scalp really thoroughly. Alright, so I'm just going to go ahead and do this. I'm just rubbing it on. And don't try not to scratch. I don't think it's a good idea to, we don't want to irritate the scalp now. We're just trying to get underneath and get a hold to that, if it is bacteria underneath there, it won't be now. All right. Yeah, shoot, I'm dying to get in my braids. Okay. I'm dying, but see, like I said, I'm not putting no more color in my hair. That I'm not doing that anymore. Permanent dye. See, this right here was permanent dye. Now, I was doing good. For a while, I was using the shampoo dye. And that did not bother my scalp. It cleaned, washed right off. And it didn't break my hair off or anything. But no, Miss Butt had to go ahead and use the permanent color. So now I'm cutting all that stuff out a little bit at a time, gradually, So, matter of fact, my gray hair is long enough now. I can go ahead and cut all the color hair off. But I was also kind of hanging on to it a little bit because when I braid my hair, I'm gonna use the silver gray and I'm gonna mix a little brown in it. Okay, just to put a little pizzazz in there. Nothing is wrong with this all silver. It's gorgeous, But me, I miss Extra. Okay, that's my middle name, Extra. So I just got to be doing something else. So, but yeah, as I said in my first video, it's the fact that, if your hair is thinning up here, and then you ain't got no edges, girl, what kind of hairdo you gonna wear? Okay, you ain't gonna have no hairdo. So what's that gonna do? To force you to go ahead and buy what? Wigs. And them wigs is expensive as heck. And then they don't do nothing but sit up there and take the rest of your shit off in the front. Okay. So yeah, I'm just explaining to y'all what made me do this. It's not like I went crazy and said because I know the word bleach is scary. Okay, that is a scary thing. But the amount that I put in there, it's not gonna do anything because I only put like a half a teaspoon in there. All right, and then like I said, I diluted with the water and stuff. So now I'm gonna go ahead and spray it on. This, when I spray it, let's get, not in the eye, baby, not in the eye, baby, All right, we're going to take this brush. Okay. This is, like I said, I am such a chemist myself, I'm going to try some shit. All right, so, it's just the edges. I'm just going to, brush that up. Let me see, make sure there ain't nothing on my face. Alright, let me spray this again, just a little bit. And scratch the scalp. Scratch that area with the brush. Okay, I'm getting a little bit on my face. Let's get that off. Because that ain't part of the process. Well, the assignment. That ain't part of the assignment. Alright, so let's get this side. Okay, just rub it in a little bit the hand and brush. I'm trying to get up anything that's underneath the scalp. Okay, so let's get a couple of more sprays in there. I'm gonna rub it with my hand, and like I said, my top, it could be a little thicker. Now, with my next video, I'm going to show y'all my results. Okay, by Friday, I guess, or Saturday. Give it a couple more days, and by Saturday. Then I'm going to make my rice water. And then again, I'm not when I use the rice water, I'm still not going to put any leave-in conditioners, no oils or none of that. Because if you trying to lift something up from underneath your scalp, well, the thing is, why clog it back up with the oils? The oils is a number one clogger, you know. So yeah, I'm experimenting as well as, trying to create and come up with something that's going to save my damn hair in the front. And like I mentioned in my first video, is the fact that, especially us ladies around my age, we remember back in those 80s, we used the pressing comb. And the hair grease we used was Blue Magic. And that was it. We might use a little Suffolk 8, but that shit had your damn hair smell like a damn fart. So we used the like I said, the Blue Magic or depressing hair grease. What else? Indian Heat, and that was it. And for us to be frying our hair like that, all right, our hair was still thick. Very thick. And then I'm talking about even the older ladies, so you can't say you was thick because you was young. Some of the older ladies still had a nice edges and all that stuff. Okay, so but then when we got into all these wigs and braiding hair and not washing that stuff first, and because I'm still gonna wear it now, but I'm gonna treat it first. Okay, you see how that go. And and like I said, I'm a little curious about these products that we putting up there, because come on, edge control might be taking your edges out. I don't know. I'm not gonna, but some got to give, especially for somebody who's not putting chemicals or putting heat or wearing lace fronts with glue, and I'm not doing any of that stuff. So my edges should not be looking like this. Okay. So we gonna find out what they're gonna look like when I finish with this. But it's some hair. It's growing. I think I see some growth. Okay. So I think that's enough. I don't need to put the whole bottle up there. All right, yeah. So we lifting some underneathness. Okay. It's just like when you exfoliate your skin, you take a bath and, you take your shower, you scrub down everything. All right, and you think you feeling clean as shit. And then sometimes you get out, and when you dry off with that towel, you get some rolls. You be like, what the fuck? I just washed down 3 times. Because it's that dead skin. That don't be dirt. It be dead skin. So you have to exfoliate. Get a good scrubbing brush, or I'm gonna show you this thing that I got, honey. I got this shit from Temu. I love it. Let me show you. I got this. You might can get it from Amazon too. Okay, this is like a little scrubby thing, so you can get your back and stuff real good. But this thing got a nice little roughness to it, and it exfoliates the crap out my skin. All right, I use that along with this turmeric soap. Okay, if it's probably upside down in the camera, but it's turmeric soap bar, made by Femini, and that's Femani. All right, so use that. But then after I use this, then I also use like a moisturizing bubble shower gel, because this still leaves a film, like any other soap will. Okay, so that was just something else I had to throw in there. Yeah, so you want your scalp to be the same way. So you thinking that, when you shampoo your hair and all that stuff, you think you was doing the shit. But you got to go under, try to get something to go underneath. Now, you don't have to detox every time you wash your hair. Okay, so I'm just doing this. This is like I said, this is the second time. And I think that's enough lifting. I'm not going to overdo it now. Okay, so... as I'm talking, it's just sitting there, right? You're giving it about 5 to 10 minutes, and then wash it out. Now, when I wash this out, okay, I'm going to use, where my comb? Oh, all right. I'm going to use this. And this is for a bubble bath. This is a shower, a body wash, right? This is a tea tree and lavender max therapy. Okay, body wash with organic, complex, and natural tea tree oil. All right, so it's a whole lot of other stuff it's saying, but I ain't got my damn glasses on. So yeah, get you some of this, okay? Because tea tree oil, okay, anything with some tea tree oil in it. If you got any little things or something, bacterias or some crawlies or whatever in your hair, that is gonna take care of it. But I don't have nothing crawling in my head now. But I will say though, when I used to put them wigs, and if I just take the wig right out the pack and throw that bitch on, I'm itchy. If I take that hair, that braiding hair, and just flop it up there and get the braid and the can on, I'm breaking out right here, and I'm constantly itching. I feel like, damn, I know I washed my hair before I put the braids in. Why am I itchy? Okay? So, that's the thing we're going to be doing. So, okay, ladies, I'm going to go ahead and wash this out. All right? And I ain't going to do nothing but twist it right back up and leave the fuck alone to Saturday. Then I'm going to start the rice water. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to put in it. All right. And I'm just going to use that rice water. Still not messing with no oils yet. Okay. And my hair do not feel bad at all. Okay. It don't. You would think it would be brittle and dry and falling out or something. No, it don't feel bad at all. I think it's the natural oils. See, I think that's the problem, that we don't give our natural oils a chance to, to manage our hair. We will always put all these extra oils and conditioners and stuff and clogging the pores. And then the natural oils is like, I ain't even got a chance in this, So I'm going to just do this. And now, like I said, when y'all see the results and everything, I'm not selling you no pipe dreams and all that, because, again, I'm experimenting it myself. So if it works out and all that, then I'm giving a recipe. Y'all use this, okay? Might even sell it, And then that rice water, I know that rice water going to be off the chain, girl. Because the stuff I'm going to put in there, starting off with red onions. Okay, all right, and a little couple of cloves, and I'm gonna put the orange peels in there, and a couple of other nice ingredients. Okay, then the rice. All right, baby, that shit, my hair probably be down to my ass, hopefully. But I ain't worried about length. Length is not what I'm trying to get at. I'm trying to get fullness. Okay, filling in all these little light spots and little weak spots. Okay, I'm not gonna be one of them bald head ladies sitting up there with 3 strings of hair right here and that's it. No. And I don't want nobody else to be sitting around with 3 strings of hair. All right, so hey y'all, we can do is hope and pray that this works. This might be the answer. Okay, all right, I'm rinsing this out now, and I'll see you guys about Saturday, and we're gonna start the rice water regimen. Okay, all right, take care, stay blessed.